Hello and welcome to the second Pinang International Conference on Economic, Society and Technology. My name is Nuur Mohamad Firdaus bin Mohamad Rasidi. So I will be accompanied by my colleague, Ms. Shazanah binti Abdul Wahab, and also our lecturer, Dr. Samsudin Abdul Wahab. And we are from Aisha Ayub Graduate Business School, Universiti Teknologi Mara, UITM Pulau Pinang, Malaysia. So today we are going to share a topic of influence of women leadership performance toward the corporate, political, and social success. As you can see, there is a few successful women leaders in the world, like for example, from the top right hand side, which is Ellen Kuhlman, which is my former CEO of DuPont, Jill Barra, the CEO, former CEO of Amatel. Dennis Morrison, she was the Campbell CEO, former Campbell CEO. Indra Nooyi, the CEO of PepsiCo. And also we have also Mary Barra, the former CEO of General Motors. And other than that, we also have a political successful leader like current Prime Minister of New Zealand, Jacinda Ardern, and also the first woman, which is the Muslim refugee elected to the Congress in the United States, Ms. Ilhan Omar. And on top of that, we also have Vivi Yusuf, our very own Malaysian successful entrepreneur. And also we also have, who did not know about the Oprah Winfrey, which is the entrepreneur and also a successful artist in the US. For today, we are going to share with you the outline. So I am going to share with you the introduction part, whereby I will going to brief you an overview of our research paper and objective, which is the literature review on women capability. So the goal of this objective is to enhance the understanding and also enhance the gender diversity to all of the audience. And lastly, on my side, I will share the methodology that we use for this research, which is the three-step systematic literature review, SLR, sorry. And in our analysis part, recommendation, limitation, and also conclusion, this one will be shared by my partner, Ms. Shazanah binti Abdul Wahab. So Ms. Shazanah, later on, don't forget to what you call, give a brief introduction of yourself before you start. So let I start first on the introduction. So as you all know, the International Women's Day is celebrated on 8th of March every year. So it is started in early 1900s, the time of great expansion and also industrialization to the world. So during that time, women felt the oppression and equality. And at that time, there are a lot of movement and women become active and vocal in campaigning for change. But the change is for the better world. We review 13 related articles on the women leadership, performance, influences in 3 viewpoints. So our research is based on the 3, corporate, political, and also social. We also take into account the leadership traits, style and practices, and also the adaptation by all the leaders as per what I mentioned. So in 2019, we all can see that the rate of female labor force participation is 48% compared to men 75%. So this is according to the World Bank data. As Q3 2020, out of 193 countries in the world, there is only 21 females as a head or state of a government, and while there is only 14 female CEO in the global Fortune 500. So imagine out of 500 company in the Fortune Global 500 company, we have only 14 women as a CEO. Our study also found that a poor governance as a result of non-diversity and lack of transparency on corporate boardroom. So this is a study we reviewed based on article by Elma Gree on 2019. So out of this statement, we can see the example of the corporate scandal that should the business world last time in is from Enron corporations. And also a trust and also policies by many government actually help to have a better diversity. So if, for example, in United Kingdom, they already mandated that minimum of 25% of women shall be in this group. Norway 40% and Germany around 30%. So they mandate around female representation in the top management. And also the path of to leadership for women has been categorized as a labyrinth, given that many obstacles along the way. So this is the study by Igli and Akali in 2007. This is the diagram of leadership labyrinths. Mainly, it is coming from the leadership theory and practice, Peter House, 8th edition of a Sage publication. So on the leadership labyrinth, it will categorize into the 3 categories. So as you can see, what do a successful women have actually in common? So as you all know, women typically wear many hats in their life. For example, a CEO of S&P 500 or FTSE 100 in United Kingdom. They are all at the same time become the mother. They are taking care of their own children. That's one half of it. They are also a sister and many more. So according to Nguyen at 2020, they found out that female actually make more contribution to corporate financial and non-financial performance. At the same time, they face some gender-based challenges, especially when they become a board member. So in detail, my partner will share with you regarding this. So the objective of our paper is that we are trying to add value to the current debate on gender and diversity. We also would like to enrich the study and also understanding on the gender composition in the corporate world, politics and also social. At the same time, we hope that this paper we empower and uplifting all men, including myself, and also all women in making the right decision for equality and inclusivity of a humankind. So we don't want people has been selected or been chosen for example, like a promotion is based on their gender. So it must be based on the capability. So what we are trying to share is today, the capability that women have, the background of education that women have, that actually doesn't make a lot of difference with men. So we hope, really hope that it is bring out the understanding, clear out all the doubt, the gender stereotype for all men and women for those who are watching and also reviewing our article. And finally, the objective, myself and the team from my partner, Shazanah, and also from my lecturer, Dr. Samsudi Abdul Wahab, and also UiTM, we are also supporting the theme celebration for the International Women's Day for 2020, which was Each for Equal. Next, I'm going to share with you the methodology that we use. The method that we use is we actually using a generally, bear in mind, my word is a generally adapted 3-step approach, SLR. So this is from Nguyen 2020, based on the journal that we found. And basically we involve a 3-step. Step 1, sourcing and also database data. We search for the reputation and size equality, and also looking into our access actually, because some of the website are not free access. We have to pay, unfortunately. For step 2, we are doing the sampling for our review. We identify a keyword and also phrases, and then myself and my partner, we searching the data, the input from Elsevier.com, the Wall Street Journal, the New York Times, Britannica, Harvard Business Review, and the World Bank data. So those are the area whereby we are using as a primary source of data for our review. And we narrow down into 3 focus into the corporate, political, and also social success. And lastly, once we have already identified the theme of our sample study, we download it all, we get as much as possible the data that we have. So for this case, we actually have a minimum of 13. We have more actually, but we didn't really go through all of it, but on 13, we have reviewed it thoroughly, and we review, we analyze, we categorize, and then after that we make a summary of it. Okay, so that's all for my part. Next, my partner will going to share with you into the next agenda. So, Miss Shazanah, don't forget to introduce yourself, and the stage is all yours. Thank you.
Right. Okay, thank you, Firdaus. Hello and Assalamualaikum. My name is Shazanah binti Abdul Wahab. I'm the first semester student of MBA program at UiTM Pinang. All right, I'll be taking over from here. On the analysis, based on various research discussion, we have reviewed more than 13 articles on women leadership performance influence and have sub-focused into 3 viewpoints, which is the corporate success, political success, and also social success. Women leadership performance influences the corporate success. It was found out that women do not lack of qualification to occupy the corporation boardroom position according to Nobel 1984. While for Walsing 2008, women are significantly and more likely to bring international diversity to the boards and possesses more MBA and financial certification. Right. Women plays an important role in political success. Mr. David Cameron, Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, quoted on 7th of February 2012 that there is evidence showing positive link between women leadership and business performance. So if we fail to unlock the potential of women labor market, we are not failing those individuals, we are failing the whole economy according to Dowling 2013. Researchers had found that women have power to influence the public and social success. Gender norms impact the preference for a specific utilization of social media. Male gender utilize social media for system administration, making new companions, searching out potential dates, and playing online games, while female gender utilize it for relationship support and posting public message, according to EFOSA, Newby, and Ogenchi 2017. On the recommendation, this article serves as a compilation of references for researchers to make further research on the influence of women leadership performance towards the corporate, political, and social success. Progress for women has proven substantial. More women has assumed leadership of huge and influential companies like the Fortune 500 firms. And for example, in our study, we have identified a few, for example, like Mattel, PepsiCo, DuPont, General Motors, and also Campbell Soup. Many women as to date has been elected to high office around the world, for example, like in New Zealand, Britain, Bangladesh, Ireland, Pakistan, and so on. Women leaders exercise revamped business strategy, integrity, diversification, and innovation. Majority of women leaders demonstrated supportive, transformational, and feminine leadership style. It has been proven from the success stories of the women that we have discussed in this paper. They have undertaken major responsibility and high-risk decision in order to manage and operate the companies and provide better living environment for their people as well as to inspire their community. Women leadership can be promoted through recruiting women employees, contesting women candidates, provide training opportunities, encourage women-friendly culture, gender equality through legislation. Okay, on the limitation, much of the research examining gender in leadership has been taken place in the Western context. However, research on gender and leadership in other contexts, for example, in the Arab world, Asian minorities, are very limited. Many of the findings discussion are not generalized well across culture in which roles of women and men are differed. Researchers should expand purview to address gender and leadership from cross-cultural perspective. Researchers should also focus on women leadership performance in male-dominated occupations such as automotive engineers, carpentry, mason, police, firearm, computer scientist, web developer, information security analyst, and etc. Or to measure the performance of women leader in a company whereby the employees or the subordinate majority male. To conclude, based on previous researchers' finding, from increasing productivity and enhancing collaboration to inspiring organizational dedication and decreasing employee burnout, the benefit of having women in workplace are well documented. Women have been proven to hold key advantages in social skills such as teamwork, communication, emotional intelligence competencies, and etc. According to Richard Boyadziz, one of the study's developers and co-owners, if more men acted like women in employing their emotional and social competencies, they would be substantially and distinctly more effective in their work. Almost all women leaders reveal influential and inspirational motivation prospect in their leadership by offering a shared business vision and empowering society. A good leader must be able to inspire and stimulate creativity, act as coaches, inspire others, and build teams, act as role model and develop other skills. Women leaders are able to hit through the glass ceiling by virtue of their passion, competitive spirit, and by outperforming all rivals. Women leaders also close the gender gap in leadership, whereby they have been women appointed as the CEO of Fortune 500 companies, win the people's heart and trust in the election, and become an inspiration for their followers. By all counts and proven example, yes, women leadership performance influences the corporate, political, and social success. That's all from us. Thank you very much.